To understand what's happened at the BBC, it helps to look at how it's run and governed. Tim Davie is the outgoing Director General. He leads the organisation and is Editor-in-Chief. Underneath the Director General are a number of divisions, including news. Deborah Turness was CEO of BBC News, a role appointed by the Director General. She and Tim Davie have resigned. And both the DG and the CEO of News sit in what's called the Executive Committee. This features the most senior leaders from across the organisation. These people run the BBC. And overseeing them is the board. It's responsible for ensuring the organisation delivers on its mission and public purposes. And the board is led by the chair, who is appointed by government. The current chair is Samir Shah. His responsibilities include upholding the BBC's independence and assuring the board's decision-making is in the public interest. 4 other members who represent each of the nations of the UK are also political appointees. For example, broadcaster and author Muriel Gray is the member for Scotland. Or there's Sir Robbie Gibb. He's a former BBC News executive who became Theresa May's Director of Communications while she was Prime Minister. Her successor, Boris Johnson, appointed him as the board member for England. Further board members are appointed through a nominations committee made up of the chair, the Director General and 3 other current board members who can include political appointees. The board currently has 12 members with 2 posts to fill, one being the CEO of News. And the board and the chair are right at the heart of what's happened. Last week, there was growing pressure over a panorama that aired last year and how it had edited a Donald Trump speech from 2021. BBC News reports that a statement had been ready to go for days. But the CEO of News, Deborah Turness, became more and more angry and frustrated as the week went on because she was prevented by the board from putting out that apology. The board does have the power to do that. Asked why a statement had taken so long, Chair Samir Shah says, "We need to be careful and thorough and get it right. That takes time," he added. There's one more dimension. This story began with a leaked memo written by Michael Prescott, a former independent advisor to the BBC's Editorial Guidelines and Standards Committee. He had concerns about BBC News coverage and the BBC's response to those concerns. This Editorial Standards Committee currently features the chair, the DG, and other board members, Sir Robbie Gibb and Caroline Thompson. It's responsible for developing and ensuring compliance with the BBC's editorial guidelines. As part of this, the committee commissions reviews of BBC work and can also quiz BBC bosses. For example, it commissioned a review of the BBC's US election coverage. This was done internally by senior editorial policy advisor David Grossman. And in recent days, there have been questions about how the BBC appoints its editorial advisors. The BBC says David Grossman was appointed following a full recruitment process. And on independent advisors, it says these roles were advertised externally and that Michael Prescott was interviewed by a panel of board members who made the collective decision to appoint him. All of this makes up the system which runs and governs the BBC, a system which was and is set by government. It means BBC News and the BBC as a whole are overseen by a board, one which can block statements from BBC News, and which includes political appointees, some with known political perspectives. The Editorial Standards Committee can also feature political appointees. And during a BBC all-staff call, one person pointed to the BBC's values, which include trust and a commitment to independence and impartiality, and asked if the board adhered to them. Replying, Samir Shah suggested even the question was slightly disrespectful. He said he wants different views on the board, adding, "They are people who care about the BBC and its values." And it is those people on the board who played a crucial role in a week that ended, for a variety of reasons, with the loss of the Director General and the CEO of News, all in one day.